Welcome to Verbal Pig Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Once again, another weekend where people are celebrating St. Patrick's Day, and we just want to touch bases briefly on the origin behind St. Patrick's Day and how it ties into my personal family. Now, the father of one of the first Mackrights in America on the 19th census registry, he lists his father is from Ireland, his mother is from Maryland, because Landy Mackright, which was my great-great-great-great-grandfather, father came from Ireland to America, married a woman from Maryland. They were said to go to North Carolina. They were saying that they were enslaving black people in North Carolina. So they came and bought land in Wynn Parish in Louisiana. What happened was the Moors who were already in Ireland, who had traveled from North Africa, and you recall the Moors had conquered Spain, parts of Italy, and Ireland. Now, what happened was when they were defeated and ran out of Ireland, and they say the snake people, when they were talking about the fez that the Moors wore, and it resembled or it reminded the Caucasians of snakes, so they deemed them the snake people. But they ran them out of Ireland, and some went to the Americas, or some went to Lagos, as when King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, when they defeated the Moors in Spain, they left Lagos, Spain, went to Nigeria and named it Lagos, Nigeria. But the Moors who left Ireland and came to the Americas, some came with wealth. They were able to purchase land. And what happened was, when they came to America, they didn't want to be in certain places due to the way they were treating blacks. So they kept traveling until they could find a place, and they found a place in Wynn Parish. Wynn Parish at the time was a still developing city, parish. It did, however, start to gain a little strength during the lumber industry. Wynn Parish is a place where, in its history, it talks about Jesse James coming to Wynn Parish. Hiding out a lot of outlaws. That was their hangout. But for some reason you could tell that it was one, let's say, kind of a close-knit community. People knew each other, but and they didn't, I gotta say, they didn't attack each other. They were basically, they were saying that it was a place for outlaws, but they had the love of the community. So Landy Mackright was born in 1824. Direct descendant of his father, which we're on a quest to find out the name of the father. We haven't gotten to that part yet, and I'm having some help doing that by some sisters from the Church of Latter-day Saints who specializes in genealogy. And we're meeting over at the library digging into this particular history so I can bring you all the things that we find. It's very interesting, especially with the names. So at the time, some blacks had race. It had black, or on some of the on census, it had race and it would have Negro. Some of the census race, it would have mulatto with the Negro. Because at the time it was stated that if you had a drop of black blood, then you were classified as Negro. So they had different categories for black people. You had black, you had freedman, you had Negro. Some would have slave on there, and So now the next task is to find out the difference between why did they on census forms, why did they separate by term? Why were some indigenous people or black people on their census they would have B for black, they would have NEG for Negro, they'd have MU or they spell the word mulatto out. Then you had freedmen. Then you had slaves. So we want to see what the distinction was about, or did it hold any social status per se. But you've been listening to Vero Pig Radio. I just want to give you a brief history that you can go look up. St. Patrick and the Moors, how they conquered the Moors and how they left Ireland and came to the New World with their wealth. Vero Pig Radio, we're out.